All right, we are streaming, and let's just wait for this to go up. Looking good, I think. Is it? Come on. There we go. And I'm gonna send that out. Send to everybody. And open up this and go to here. Okay, got the chat popped out. All right. It has been a long week. It has been such a long week. Holy shit. Now I am getting to some old stuff. Gonna make it even better now, hopefully. Okay, so first things first. We need to get all the city game objects and pit them against each other. So to do that, we need to also make two cities to become an alliance. I'm kind of thinking that maybe we'll just randomize who each other's enemies are. Maybe we'll just do that. Let's just do a simple thing. So multiple countries could be against another. So the way I'm going to do that is, well, first of all, I don't want to be in character, so I'm going to come out to here, and let's see, we are going to go to Game Manager, I think, or Cities. It'll probably be in Game Manager. Let's do City Systems Manager, Radio Broadcast, City Systems. We'll call this, we'll make a new game object. Okay, create an empty, and we're going to call this Campaign Builder. Or we'll call this, what do you call that? I want to say like campaign, or we'll call this the game director. I feel like this is kind of what it is. I was just talking about this with Lewis recently. Things called game directors. Now I got one. So on the game director, we're going to have the, we'll call this the campaign builder. Okay. Because every game essentially is a campaign that you're doing. And in the campaign builder, or we'll call this international affairs. What do you call it? What is that? What am I thinking of? It's kind of like a international affairs. What am I thinking? Foreign affairs. Why was it? Yeah, foreign affairs. What is the exact definition of foreign affairs? Foreign affairs. Definition. Give me like Wikipedia, maybe. Foreign affairs. Policy regarding dealing with countries. I guess this is kind of what this is. It's more, I think more of what, I'll call this the campaign builder. Campaign builder. Okay, we'll just go in here. And what we want is a, it'll pull from the game manager, I believe. And in the game manager, we're going to have a variable. It is going to be, an array. We'll call this cities, city objs. Why did I spell it that way? City objs, and it is a array of game objects. There is 6 of them. Okay. You know what we'll do is, I feel like I've been here. I feel like I'm having a really crazy deja vu right now. I feel like I'm having really insanely crazy deja vu. This is so weird. Maybe because I've built this system before. City OBJs, I want to hand code them. I will, actually, so that's what we'll do. is right now the cities I have in here, I'm missing DC. So I'm just going to create an empty, call it DC, put it up here. So it's DC, London, Paris, Moscow, no, London, Paris, Berlin, and then Morocco, Moscow. Okay, so that's the order it should go in. And then in Game Manager, I'll just drag and drop each of these individually. There is a systemic way to do this, you know, loop through and get next child, but I want this to happen pretty quickly, and I don't really plan on changing the amount of cities very often. Okay, so we have DC, London, Paris, Berlin, Morocco, Moscow. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, those are our city OBJs. Now, the game director will get FSM array, and it'll be from the game manager, the info, city OBJs, and it'll store it here locally in city OBJs. It's an array. Okay, array of game objects. We're going to store it in that. Okay, and we're not going to copy values. So that looks good. Call this a init. And once it gets them, it's going to sort of yeah, I'm kind of wondering, am I making this harder for myself? Because all I really want to do is remove Morocco from there. Morocco is the only city that doesn't have the an agency. So the campaign builder still needs all 6 cities. But then what it'll do is array copy. Is there list copy to? Copy elements from one player. No, that's array list. Array duplicate. What do we? Array set. Nope. Transfer value from one array to another. Basically, copy paste. Remove all. Add clear contains. I think honestly what that means is I just need to do a set FSM array, and what I'm gonna make is another array called cities with agencies, and it's going to be an array of game objects. And this one we're going to be setting this campaign builder's FSM cities with agencies with the value city objects, and we're not going to copy. And then what we're going to do is an array remove, and you're going to remove cities with agencies. You're going to remove Morocco. Okay, all matches. Remove what do you call it? Like remove cities without agencies. Okay, it's a little ham-fisted, but it's like, because I need to know, I need the game to know all the cities, but only one. It's like this weird one-off exception thing that you have to do. I just have to do it. All right, so I'm gonna go here, and so I get all the cities. Okay, so I'm not gonna do this anymore. 2 random cities to make an alliance. This is no longer a thing. So instead, pit all the cities against each other. Okay. Pits all the cities against each other. So if DC's blah blah blah, they would have an enemy. Okay, save. We're saving these things as their enemy agency. Okay, so each city is going to need an FSM as well. And this is going to be a template, and we'll call this agency info, I guess. Agency info. All right, and let's edit it. We'll have a little init in here, and then we'll finish, come down here, And I'm just gonna save this as a template, and it's called agency info. All right, yes, use it in here. And inside of it, we're gonna make some variables. First one is a game object that we'll call enemy agency. And that's an input variable. Actually, it's not an input variable. We'll make it an output so I can see it. What else do we want here? Enemy agency. It instantiates a character for each role of the agency. Each role has number of characters to spawn, like number of moles, etc. Okay. You know what we could do is the agency info. Another variable will be an array of game objects called let's call it living agents. Yep. And it's an array of game objects. That's also an output. And we don't need to make a list of dead agents just yet, but this is just nice to see the agents. And then they'll be removed from that list if they are dead. Maybe. I think. Okay, so this is a template, great. I'm going to copy this component. So I'm going to select all these cities, and then we're going to paste component as new. Okay, they all have agency info. Brilliant. Now in our, let me just minimize some of this shit. In our game director, I'm going to put game director at the top. In campaign builder, we are going to, what did I say? Let's see, pits all the cities against each other. Right. Okay. So what it wants to do is it'll do an array get random from cities with agencies, and then it's going to store that value into city to pit. What do I want to do here? It'll be let's call this city defender. No. We'll just call this city A. Oh, we'll call this home country. No repeat. Okay, we're going to call this get home country. And then we'll have it go here where we do another array get random. Except this one, we're going to store the value as enemy country. Okay, get enemy country. Then it goes down here. Set enemy country. We'll do set FSM. Okay, so what we'll have in here is set FSM game object. We're going to be setting the home country's FSM. Let's get this for free really quick. Let's just do that and then do agency info, enemy agency. Okay, but this will be our home country. Okay, and what we're setting the value with is the, oops, not the home country, the enemy country. There we go. Okay, so that's how you set up an enemy. And then we go back to the top. Okay, let's lock that to that. And these two are going to have, ooh, no repeat, but how does one have a reset flag in there? You know what you need to do is in get home country, you're not doing an array get random. You do an array get next. You do array, cities with agencies, loop event, okay, loop event, reset flag, and the finished event is complete. Okay, the result is the home country, and now, oops. God damn it. Let's move this. Okay, get home country. We're going to delete that finished. The loop event comes down here, and complete comes over here. Okay, so use an array get next to get home country. Then you get the enemy country, but this one's random. And then set FSM country. Okay, that all checks out, I believe. Okay, so this is yeah, just complete. Okay, so this is maybe, that's the first part. There's going to be more to this, but I think that's pretty much it. Let's just run it and make sure that works out. Okay, so DC, its enemy is Berlin. London, its enemy is okay, so forgot about that. We have to put in a little check to make sure it doesn't get itself. Totally forgot about that. So in our game director, in here, when you before you set FSM enemy country, you come to here. Actually, we'll delete this transition, and then you do a game object compare, and you check the home country against the enemy country, and if it's equal, then you do try again, but if it's not equal, then you do next. Okay, so it's not equal, great, but if it is, you got to come back here and try again. Now, the problem is that this array get random has no repeat. So oh, it's only don't get the same item twice in a row. That's all it means. But still, it's a little troublesome because I'm kind of thinking like, what if you did a situation where basically every country has because you can have some countries that don't have anything to do, and then you have some countries that have too much to do, right? If they have a bunch of enemies. The thing that I'm thinking of right now is that maybe at the top, what you do is you do this remove cities without agencies, and then you do another set FSM array, and you say this cities with agencies, you call it cities with agencies 2, and you set it with cities with agencies, and that way you can come to variables, add in an array, paste that in. It's a game object array. And then, so that'll set that. And you don't want to copy values. So you set that, right? And then you do an array shuffle. And that array, cities with agencies 2. Optional shuffling. Okay, optional. Okay, great. So it just shuffles that up. And when you get the enemy country, instead of doing an array get random, you do an array get next. And you're getting it from cities with agencies 2. Let's move this out of the way. You have a loop event, and you have a reset flag, and you have a finished event. The result is the enemy country. And the loop event will send down here. Or actually, it'll send to, this is, okay, hold on. It gets that next one. Maybe you do just get array get random. I forgot what I had a quick flash of what I thought it was doing. Let's see. Cities with agencies 2, right? Store the value as enemy country. You don't have to do the no repeat thing, because now if, like, let's get rid of this complete and this loop event. We don't use them anymore. But when you do the game object compare, if it is okay to continue, then you do remove enemy from array 2. Oops. Okay, so you do an array remove, and you remove it from that. So now it's not an option anymore, enemy country. Okay, and then you have it go down to here. There we go. Now that should work. So now that means that everybody can, like, they won't be all ganging up on a country. Everybody will just have a different country to be rivaling against, I think. Let's see if that works. Okay, so DC's enemy is Moscow. London's enemy is nothing. Paris's enemy is Moscow. Fuck. How does that work? DC, nothing, and Paris. How did that happen? You get the home country. And you get a random one from this place. And if it's chill, then you come here and you remove it. None of these got removed. Why didn't this array remove work? Look at that shit. It's right here. I'm looking at city. Oh, dude, I'm looping I'm going all the way to the top. That's stupid. No. I don't need to go that far. I went all the way up to the initialization state. So this needs to go away. This goes up to here. There we go. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's been a long month. It's March. It's fucking March. It's been a long year. Okay, let's see how that worked out. DC's enemy is London. London's enemy is Moscow. Paris's enemy is nothing. Berlin's enemy is nothing. Morocco's enemy, nothing, and Moscow's enemy is Paris. What am I messing up here? You get your home country. Ray get next. It gets oh, wait a minute. It should, no, try again doesn't go back here. It should just come back to itself. Guys, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Should go here. Should just try again. That's gotta work. I've been making little mistakes like this all day. All week, honestly. I feel like I've just been making all these like little tiny stupid mistakes. And I'm doing like little iteration to do simple things. DC's enemy is Paris, London's enemy is Berlin, Paris's enemy is Moscow, Berlin's enemy is London, Morocco's enemy is nothing, because nobody's enemy is Morocco, and Moscow's enemy is DC. Brilliant. They all have each other as enemies. Okay. Let's run that one more time for shits and giggles. I guess I could have just turned off the FSM. Okay. Let's run that a couple times. Where is it? The game director. Okay, so we have DC's enemy is Moscow, London's enemy is Paris, Paris's enemy is Berlin, Berlin's enemy is London, Morocco's nothing, and Moscow's enemy is DC. If I grab the game director and do it again, DC's enemy is Moscow. How often does this happen? What do I have here? Moscow, Paris, London, DC, Berlin. Oh, okay. No. I was just imagining things. Let's try it again. DC is Berlin. London's is Moscow. London, Berlin. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, it works. Perfect. So after you have that, then it instantiates a character. Then instantiates a character for each role at the agency. Each role has a number of characters to spawn, like number of moles or number of officers. It instantiates a character for each role at that agency. So the campaign builder, I'm wondering if the campaign builder should take care of that, or if there should be, if I should do that with the character builder. Okay. I feel like the campaign builder should be called world builder or history builder. Campaign builder's fine, whatever. Okay. What else needs to happen then? How else should this happen? Character builder. So I do whether or not you're the master, and if you are, okay, so what we need is a new start state. You do wait for campaign init. Okay. And I'm going to, let's see, where are my events at? Let's do my event browser. What init options do I have? I should not have this init with a capital I. Oh, okay, yeah, well, that's not good. I don't use it anywhere, right? Init with a capital I, where is it? With capital I, nowhere. Okay, so I'm going to delete it. Make sure, yes. It's See if I don't break all my shit now. Okay, because I still have the lowercase one, which is the one I should be using. Yep, init external send back. Okay, we'll do a new event called init city enemies ready. Okay, and that's a global event. And we'll have this as a normal transition, init city enemies ready. And it'll go down here. Okay, we'll make this yellow. And the game director, campaign builder, when it's complete, we'll have it send an event. And it's going to send to our character builder, the FSM. Actually, let's go to our character builder and call it such. Character builder. Fine. I'm getting really hung up on these names. I just don't want to screw myself with weird syntax later. Okay, and naming conventions. Game director is going to get that character builder and send the event to init city enemies ready. Okay. And once that's done, character builder will do its thing. So I'll put a comment here, waiting for game director's campaign builder FSM to finish, to send init city enemies ready. Okay, that's all that's doing. And then when it does do its thing, it's going to check it for a master. If you're not master, it just well, yeah, because the master has to, it's the one that hosts the thing, so they would have built it, and that's fine, right? So, but if you are, then you come here, and the way I was doing it was when I was doing test stuff for all my networking stuff, I do like this get next child because there's like a batch of like spawn points here. But instead, what I'll do is I'm going to move this over for now. I'm going to save it. We're going to come over here. We're going to create a new state. And we're going to do get FSM, get cities. Yeah, because it's a little easier for me to just get FSM array from the game manager info. Actually, let's get it from the game director. Campaign builder, cities with agencies. I'm going to store the value in a new variable called, it's an array, cities with agencies. Cool, not copying the values. So we get all those cities, and then we come down to here where we this is where we'd be creating characters for each city's roles. So what you want is a get FSM game object, I think, of no. Here's what it is. Get first city to build characters. That's a mouthful, huh? Let's lock this to the left. All right, this is an array get next. It's a late one, huh? Nobody's really tuning in for this probably. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, anyways. The array is cities with agencies, and the loop event, we're gonna have loop event, reset flag, we'll call this reset flag, and finished event complete. Okay, the result, city to make characters for. Right? It's perfect. Okay, let's move that up here. Loop event comes down here. Complete. We'll bring it over here for now. And this will get the... Oh, what the fuck is this? Shit. It's a float. Shadow is light. Hey-o! How's it going? How's it going, Shadow is light? Nice to see you here. How you doing? How you doing? How's the progress? Oh, it's fucking great. Yeah, I was spending a lot of time recently on like finessing some shit. Not even finessing, honestly, like fixing. I installed Rewired and it kind of broke some of my systems because I forgot where I put certain old input actions. So I've been, honestly, in the last week or so, I've spent more time than I'd care to admit kind of repairing systems, but I've also built new shit, and there's plenty of new things that are working nice and smooth. It's almost midnight here. It is 7:52 p.m. over here. Where are you again? I always forget. I forget where everybody is constantly. Oof, moments. Yeah. I'm getting cities with agencies, and the result, this, what is it, city to make characters for? This is a game object. Okay, that's what we're storing. Cities to make agencies, to make characters for. Okay, going through all the cities, grabbing the next city in the Caribbean. Caribbean or Caribbean? Do you say, okay, option 1 is Caribbean, option 2 is Caribbean. Do you say option 1 or 2? 1, how did I say it the first one? Caribbean. 2 is Caribbean. Caribbean, Caribbean. Caribbean, Caribbean. Island name Saint Lucia. I'm not too familiar with all of that. I'm not a learned man. Tomato. Uh-huh. Because when I was little, I used to say Pirates of the Caribbean. But then I don't know. I thought that the proper way was Caribbean. Either way is fine. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'll take you on that. Yeah. So I'm just right now. What I'm doing is I'm pitting these cities against each other. It's a thing that I did in the old build. There's a stream of me doing this before, but now I'm making it a little bit. I'm making it easier on myself. It used to be a way sort of complicated way of doing things, but now this is like, this is just easier. So I get the cities from the cities with agencies and I store them in cities with agencies. And I'm going to start iterating through them. So I grab the first one and I'm calling this the city to make characters for. And then here, getting the city to make characters for, I'll actually get some freebies. So I'm going to drag and drop this in here, and agency info. I actually haven't created it in here yet. So I'm going to come inside this agency info variables, and I'm going to make a game object called agency spawn points parent. Okay, and that is, I'll do it as an input variable. So you got a master manager for the city events, right? I'm not sure what do you mean by that? City events. If what you mean is like when lights and stuff, like city lights turn on and off, then yeah. There will be a sort of separate, like, what do I have up here? I have this thing, City Systems Manager. And in here, I have something for radio broadcasts. So this game object will have several of these same FSMs. These are all templates called City Radio Broadcast. And that's just because each city has its own, like, programming, like radio programming. Game director, is that where I am? Or no, character builder. Okay. Okay. So I think I should be able to select this now, right? Agency spawn points parent. Great. And we'll do that in this new variable called agency spawn points parent. Great. So it gets that. And then we're going to want to go to the next state. Okay, so get that thing and lock to left. We're going to have an array get next in here, or actually a get next child. And we're going to be getting the next child of the agency spawn points parent. The next child will be called this next agent spawn point. And the loop event will be loop event, finished event will be complete, and we'll have a reset flag as reset flag. So loop event is going to send down here. Okay, we'll call this get next, or actually, I'm kind of wondering what the parameters are. So if I come over here really quick, let's just beat this to death. So the first thing that you want to do is get the spawn point. No, you want to get the city. We got that. The next thing you want to do is get the spawn point. We got that. The next thing you want to do is, let's say, build or instantiate the character prefab. Okay, and then what you want to do is declare a role for that character, I think. And then 5 is yeah, because we're just declaring roles for each of these characters. Really quick, do you want to see this guy throw up everywhere? Here, I don't know. Let's see, what can I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna turn, I'm just gonna turn this off really quick. Yeah, like master manager with controls, sub-FSM events like city lights, ambient sound, spawn density for day and night. Yes, totally. In fact, today I finally got my damn physically based sky rendering properly, and that was kind of a part of it. I have my little, under my game manager, I have, actually this is something I call essentials. And in here I have my day-night cycle, and that kind of has the manager that makes sure that the day and night system is kind of functioning properly. But let's make this guy throw up really quick, just because I think that'd be a fun thing to look at. I have fun looking at people throwing up. Okay, so instead of actually I can come outside right now. The morning. Doesn't it make you sick? Let's see, let's go to physical health, and then potassium cyanide tolerance. And then I have this little vomit. If I just click that, he throws up. And I look down and see all that throw up. Vomit again. Blah. Blah. And it's sort of like little random intervals. Drunk moments. What sucks is that earlier my colliders were, I did something with my collision matrix, but earlier you were able to throw up all over everything, but right now for some reason it's not getting on like chairs and stuff. And I guess I may have run out of maybe I set a limit on that thing too. Yeah, so vomiting mostly works now. It's also really funny to look at him when he's, let's see. Let's turn off these gizmos. Is it too bright? It's too bright. But I will still, let's see, let's get a nice angle right here. Vomit. Blah. 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 Okay. Is there anything else that I don't think, man, it's been a while since I streamed, huh? It's been over a week. So some of the things are, I have this aspect ratio thing, so you could change your aspect ratios. So now I'm playing in 2:3:5:1, like widescreen mode. Here, let's maximize. So now I'm playing in 2:3:5, right? Got that sick cinematic quality. I can go to 4:3. So now it's like kind of more of a classic cinematic quality. The 4:3 puts bars on the sides. And I feel like it frames tall things nicely. Honestly, frames everything nicely. I love squared off aspect ratios. They look so fucking cute. The after vomit decal should also have a time delta for despawning. So that's the thing, is I actually don't want that. I want vomit to stay there. I want it to stay there until somebody cleans it up or until it rains or something like that. I don't want vomit to go away. And so the real problem was that I need to crank up how much vomit can spawn. The only time I would be okay with vomit despawning is if there was a performance thing I had to abide by where there was too much of it, you know? So that might be a thing, but I'm thinking maybe what I could do is I can go in here and spawn bigger sub-emitter particles. Like these ones are sub-emitter particles. So I have the main particle that emits, and that's a bunch, right? But when it lands on collision, or on death rather, it spawns this sub-emitter, which is a different shape from the throw up shape, or it's a different sprite from the throw up shape. And so what I was thinking is maybe what I could do is have these ones, if I see like this one splat right here, that's one particle. What I could do is probably just make it so one gets spawned when I throw up, you know? So it's just one big single particle right there. Or at least make them bigger and just make it fewer. And that way I could go around and throw up all over the place, but not have to worry about, I mean, I know particles aren't like super costly for really simple shit like this, but I'd still want it to, you know, there's still ways to be economical about things. You have an idea, please, let's hear it. Also, and I'll show you this too, you can go into 16:9 mode. Right, now you have kind of black bars on top and bottom, but I am a big fan of 2:3:5. And while you're in 2:3:5 mode, you can, or actually while you're in any mode, you can change the sun. So like I have this little slider for what time of day. So if I change it to nighttime, see, now it's nighttime. I think nighttime looks pretty rad too. This slider that controls the day and night, it's just debug stuff. It's just for like me as the developer. I'll take it out for the actual game, or maybe enable it for like developer mode if people want to play in that. But yeah, it's fun. Oh, I have to do this to like set shadows back on. There we go. It's crazy. My idea is similar to what you say. Oh, okay. Yeah. Like the particle size and everything. You can have the vomit decal have stages where it could just change its size instead of spawning a bunch of vomit decals. Yeah. Because it is nice to be sort of like, you know, I'm not. I don't want to just spawn like a billion. So I'm totally with you on that one. And that's. I mean, there's more. What else have I done? The radio. Let me see if I can. Where's let's turn on desktop audio, I believe. And let's see how loud this gets. Let's check. Because I have the little radio system right here. Yeah. So that's playing from this. Let me turn this desktop audio down a little bit more. Okay, and then close this. See. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw this too, but now like grabbing things works a little bit better with like the IK stuff, so your guy actually like bends down to pick it up. And you can turn it off, on and off. So that's off. Turn it back on. And it's like a persistent radio broadcast. So like if I turn it off, it's not pausing it. It's just turning off the radio, which means it's effectively just being muted. But the broadcast itself is still playing. So when I turn it back on, it picks up from where anybody else would be, listening to it, like wherever the broadcast is actually at. You should add some seagulls ambient for coastline areas. Well, this isn't a coastline area, but if you're just saying generally for coastline areas, yeah, I don't know. Would there be seagulls around Morocco? Maybe, yeah. Honestly, that could be that's totally a thing. That could totally be a thing. Here. This is what I would really like to do. Can I turn on and off? I want to just hear. I got a one-way ticket to Moscow, or I think it's just called One-Way Ticket to Moscow, which is one of my favorites. We have such good songs for this shit. It's so like I mute it when I'm working because I don't want to like get tired of hearing them over and over again. But they're honestly so good. Like, let me see. I'll get back to the city campaign builder after I play this song. It's random, so. This is not a very efficient way to be testing it. And since it's dependent on two FSMs, I'm like, I don't want to like click between these objects right now and literally just rather hit Control P. God, it's these same songs back to back. Okay, maybe I will do this. If I go to radio broadcast. Oh, you know what? Maybe I could just go. There we go. That's how you skip. Okay. Here we go. This is it.
Well, I got a $2 bill in my pocket and a ticket to Moscow.
Is the audio coming through pretty good?
I was feeling like a rocket. Ooh, wow, wow, wow. Hey, Mr. CIA. Hey, Mr. KGB. Can I be in your club? MI6 is at my door. They ain't no cup of tea. But hey, give us some sugar and goddamn, I'll save the queen. Hey, Mr. CIA. Hey, Mr. KGB. Can I be in your club? Can I be in your club now? Put me on the plane back home. Put me on a plane back home. Don't tell her where I've gone. Don't tell her where I've roamed. Put me on a plane back home. Put me on a plane back home. Don't tell them where I've gone. Don't tell them where I've roamed now. Put me on a plane back home. Put me on a plane back home. Don't tell them where I've gone. Don't tell them where I've roamed. Put me on a plane. Put me on a plane back home. Put me on a plane. Put me on a plane back home. Don't tell them where I've gone. Don't tell them where I roam. Hey, Mr. CIA. Hey, Mr. KGB. Can I be, 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 can I be in your club? Can I be in your club? Oh, can I be in your club now? Oh, can I be in your club? Let me into the club, let me into the club, let me into the club, 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 club. Won't you show me some love? Won't you show me some love? Yeah, me in the club.
Yep, that was one way ticket to Moscow. Have you added elevators? I have. They broke once I changed some stuff with my character collider. I need to fix that out. Fix that up, but fix that up. Figure it out. Yeah. There's the here. I'll show you. I think P is still P. Where else? No, this is Paris, Moscow.
It's dark. Can you
Here we go.
tell?
So this is Berlin, as you may have seen before. But
Swear.
the thing is, this elevator is a little busted. If I push that button, just wait a moment. It'd be funny if an NPC at random moments tells you to turn down your music in an angry way. Yeah. So if I pop in here, and then I'm gonna hit this top floor button. What I have to do right now is like spam the movement keys, or else I'll fall through the elevator. So you can see that little elevator icon going up, going all the way to the top floor. Okay, and then I get to the top floor. And then that door is busted as fuck. Now I'm in the top floor. Got my sliding door right here.
I took my chance.
And this is not too great of a view right now because all the assets aren't in, but this will be a little view, a pretty decent view of Berlin. Also, I should not be able to hear the radio from here. Let me turn that down. So I'm gonna go back down really quick. And let's see, hit this button. Oh, there we go. Okay. And I'll hit the bottom floor. But I have to spam keys again. And you can see the little dial will start going down once I start going. Oh, but I'm like super bouncing around in here. Actually, I wonder if I just leave it alone. Oh, yep, I fall through like that. There we go. Am I stuck in here? No. Okay. So yeah, the elevator is basically it's just a bunch of like collider stuff, but also I need to change the logic behind what constitutes falling. It seems like the hotel did some budget cuts for stuff to be busted. Yeah. Have you seen this? Oh, why is this all weird? Huh. That's new. I don't know why this is being rendered out like that. This movie usually looks a lot nicer. I do not know what that's about. Why is it like that? Oh, you know what it is? It's probably because it's also... Yeah, that's why. I set that camera to... Yeah. Okay, noted. I can actually probably get a much better picture out of it now. Yeah, even this place looks better. That's good to know. I need to reset that little movie camera. I mean, honestly, that movie camera needs to be just changed entirely. It's just like a temporary thing. This, I think eventually what I'll do is when I finish the main game kind of shit, what I'll do is make little movie scenes that will be sort of like underneath here. They'll be sort of like off the map. They'll be probably underneath Berlin or something. I'll make a bunch of little movie sets, and have NPCs like in real time, acting out scenes and doing like procedurally generated like camera movements and narratives that will play on the screen over here. And those will be kind of like, the movies you watch. Is there anything else to show? This is Berlin. Oh yeah, I did some lighting for Memory Lane Records. I don't think this door is really open right now. I finally filled out all these records. They don't really do anything right now though. And then across the street we got... Oh, I need to put some exterior lights on the street, honestly. But I have the Golden Fetters. It's feeling pretty cozy in here right now. These boys are looking really shiny. My little placeholder guys when I was modeling everything in Blender. Yeah, hopefully this place will be just like popping off. It'd be nice to just kind of like walk by and see things happening inside. Oh, and if I change the sun to daytime really quick, let's do like right here. What's a good time? Like this? Yep. And then we can go in here to the flats. We'll go to actually this one. Yeah, this one's fine. So these are the flats. These still need the kitchen areas. But we have the bathroom in here. These don't really have any functionality or anything right now. But you should be able to come here and take a shower and stuff, take a dump, piss, wash your hands. I always love this little corner. This little nook is so cozy. I love just the the sunlight on the rug and like the armchair and like, oh, it's so good. And you just look out your window, look across the street at the park, see Big Ben. Get the TV here. Yeah, so this is a flat, another TV. And oops, I need to reverse that door. It should be opening the other direction. But it's basically the same thing. There's four units here. Oop. That isn't working for some reason. And go upstairs. Oop. Whoa, whoa. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this door is a little janky right now too. But this is just like an unfurnished version. Even downstairs, the one that was furnished, that's like a temporary furnishing. All these places will kind of have like a little, like a slightly randomized dynamic furnishing system. So they could be a little unique. I need to make these windows open and close too. And then there's another one down here, which I guess this door is probably going to be busted too. Yeah, I don't know why that door isn't working. And then down here at the end, there's just a little window that you can look out to the street. Can I jump out? No. I also need to add jump and crouch. There's currently no jump, crouch, or prone, or any of that. And also going down these stairs feels kind of janky. There's nothing really over there. The park, it has some of the colliders all worked out. put some traffic out on these streets. But let me see, where else can we warp to? Paris, Moscow. I do love Moscow. Got the little chess set here. Super bright up in this bitch right now. That's gonna be the KGB headquarters. I'm also gonna rotate these cities to be a little bit more combination of picturesque and also sort of like astrologically accurate. Astronomy, astronomically, no. Looking it up. Astrology is the nonsense, right? But what is astrologically? Yeah, no, not astrologically. But astronomically sounds like I'm speaking about something huge. Isn't that overlating to astronaut? See, but the thing is, usually people equate it with the second definition, which is of enormous magnitude, immense. So anyways, yeah, I want things to be, let's call it this way, celestially accurate. Because right now I don't like how the light falls in GUM. It's much nicer when it's kind of at an angle. But then at the same time, also when you go to places like this is nice, the way it's kind of set up here in Morocco. I do like the way Morocco looks. But, oh shit, that's gonna be all fucked up. Stuff like London, if River Thames is right there, Thames, then I'm gonna wanna be a little bit more accurate. Like this, I know like some of these buildings aren't here, but I can at least base Paris off of like La Seine and the Eiffel Tower and say that that's south and this is north, you know. So anyways, yeah, there's lots of cool stuff. There's lots more, but I gotta get back to work. So hopefully that was a nice little update. Let me turn this back up for future stuff and turn it off for now. Okay. So what was I doing? I was checking out the game director. Character builder. Okay. When it's complete, we'll have it sent over here. Okay, so this... Oh, I was writing it out over here, right? So get the city, get the spawn point, instantiate the character prefab, declare a role for that character, and then... Well, that's why you always... Wait, hold on. Did I totally miss that? Well, that's why you always get to go back to see what kind of stuff that's always... I think if what you're trying to say is like looking back at stuff to see what's broken, just to kind of keep an eye on things. Yes, I got to do that all the time. It's like you change one thing and then fucking everything breaks. I'm trying to be better about that. I'm trying to build systems where that doesn't happen. Declare a role for that character. So declaring a role for the character. The thing about character builder is let me see. So each city will get the same number of agents or same number of characters per role. So unless I really wanted to change, yeah, I'm just gonna I always kind of get caught up in like, whatever, fuck it, here we go. Declare a role for that character. Great, let's just do it. Spawn instantiate next character. Okay. And so in here, what we're going to have is this one. this photon network instantiate scene object, and we're going to get the view ID of it. We're going to set the name and the FS string, and then we're going to add to an array of available characters. Fuck. I want to do like a semi-advanced combat animation system with Playmaker, but don't know where to start. What kind of combat system? Like for what kind of games do that kind of thing? Spawn instantiate. So get next child. Get next spawn. Oh, we're already doing that. Whenever you get the agency spawn points, you're already saying, I'm putting... Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, so we need to build it out like this. It needs to do... Create field agents. Oh, field officers. And then you need to create counterintelligence officer. And then you need to create mole. And is that all I have?
Yeah.
Okay, so you create field officers, counterintelligence officers, and moles. So instead of getting the agency spawn points parent, yeah, agency spawn points are fine, actually. This one, the counterintelligence officer, is the one exception. That's the one where it needs to go somewhere special. Like a hack and slash. You mean like Elden Ring? Are you getting all that hype? I have to admit, I am like so hyped for Elden Ring. I still haven't beaten any Souls game. I want to, though. I really want to finish Dark Souls 3. I started playing it, and it feels so good. It just feels so good. I want to spend so much time there. Oh, man. But I got a game to make. I also have to admit that I bought Project Zomboid recently, and I have not played it yet. It's installed, and I really want to play it, but I haven't played it. Every time I look at it, I look at that big, shiny green play button on my Steam library. I just move my mouse over, and I go over to Unity Hub, and I click that, and then I open this, and then I get to work. Because when this is done, I'm going to play that shit so fucking hard, bro. Have the player sheath and unsheath sword from the back. 3 combo attack with slash effects and spell effects. Yeah. That shit sounds like fun to program. You could do that shit in Playmaker. Totally. Make, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, my mind started racing with how you would do that. But yeah, you could. If you play Elden Ring, Memories of a Spy will never finish. Yeah, that's exactly. So if I let's just do get agency spawn points parent. We'll do... Yeah, okay. The thing is... it doesn't even need to get next child. This is dumb. This is superfluous. Instead... what needs to happen is I just need to come down here and get random child. random child from the agency spawn points parent, and we'll call this next spawn. Okay, get random agency spawn. And after you do that, you come down here where you create a field officer. Actually, hang on. Yeah, create field officer. Let's do that first. Let's see how this works out. Create a field officer would essentially just be this and this. Oops. I'm gonna get these two, paste them over here. So I can take all of this, X, paste, delete, add a transition, head to here, and what I need to do is int add right at the top, right? And we'll call this number of field officers. Oop, not filed officers. Number of field officers, and we will set the value to, actually, yeah, okay. We'll add 1. And then at the very end here, we'll do an int compare, checking the number of field officers versus a new variable called max field officers. And if it's equal, oh, actually, no, it doesn't go there. So I'm going to cut it from there. And then in this add to array, I'm going to put it at the end. And if this one is equal, then we do complete. If it's less than, we do a loop event. Okay, so comes back up here to get random agency spawn. And then if it's complete, it'll come down to here. So we'll say add field officer to ID array and next we can just go to create mole. And it'll be the same thing where it needs this and this, and I'll put them, so this will go here, and then this goes here, and this goes here. I think that's right. Get random agency spawn 2, create mole, add mole to ID array. What's missing from here? This finished event needs to go away, and this finished event needs to go away. Complete goes down to this, and I need to clean some of these up. So get agency, that's fine. Get random agency spawn, right? Create field officer. So here is where, yep, next spawn is what we want, right? And we'll call this last character, You're doing int add for number of field officers. Okay, last character, set the name. Perfect. Are you using something else for IK or just Playmaker? I'm using final IK. Final IK plus Playmaker. And you add field officer to ID array. And then get random agency spawn to this one. That's fine. And then do create mole, which is like create field officer. So we're going to copy all these, paste them in here, except instead of number of field officers, we're going to do number of moles. And it's just in case I want to see what happens when there's multiple moles. And then add mole to ID array. Yep, in here. And then we'll call this new variable max moles. And we're comparing against number of moles. Cool. So if I go to variables really quick and I say max moles is 1 and max field officers, let's say 3 per city. Okay, so once it's done, it comes down here where we're just going to create the counterintelligence officer. Now, the difference between the field agents, the mole, and the counterintelligence officer is that the counterintelligence officer should not be spawned at the sort of low-level clearance areas of the headquarters. Instead, they should be spawned in the super top secret areas, because the counterintelligence officer is the one that has access to the top secret shit, whereas mole is a field officer. It's just a field officer, that actually works for another agency. So the counterintelligence officer is the only one that has a sort of hierarchical advantage. And the way we're going to do that is, what are we going to do? We will get counterintelligence spawn. And that is from here. Actually, let's just put that in both of these. So we'll call this get agency spawn parent end counterintelligence spawn. Ooh, look at that giant state name. Okay, so I'm actually just going to delete this. We'll go down here. I don't know what that's going to be. It's probably going to be that. So maybe it'll be this. Bring it down here, put a little space in between it. Okay. And in this one, we'll have a counterintelligence spawn. And we're going to store that in value as counterintelligence spawn. That means we have to go over to the city inside the template. And in here, we got to create a new game object called counterintelligence spawn, which is also going to be an input. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Go over to character builder. Okay. So let's separate this a little bit like that. Okay, that creates the, let's put some of these here just for, we'll call this field officers and do set a color. We'll just make it blue. Something a little bit more standout. Set color yellow. Okay, and we'll put this one right here, call it moles. And then we'll do this one, oops, moles. And this, oh, I fucking hate when this happens. There we go. We'll put this right here. Counterintelligence officer. All right, those are our 3 little sections. And because this is driving me nuts, I'm going to link start lock to left and link start lock to left, link start lock to left, this one start lock to left. I feel like this would look good, lock to left too. Maybe lock to right. Okay. Link start lock to left. Great. Looking good. I can clearly see all my Beziers. Create mole. Got the... does the int add number of moles. Brilliant. Max moles 1. Brilliant. Okay, create counterintelligence officer. So I'll do this. We'll copy it. And then in here, we'll do paste. And this will be number of counterintelligence officers. Jesus Christ, what a mouthful. And then what you do is, I'm just gonna put this right here so I can copy paste it. I'm gonna put this right here. Okay, add counterintelligence officer to ID array. So loop event we'll send back here, and complete we'll send down here. Okay. Oh, and this needs this is just number of counterintelligence officers, and a new variable max counterintelligence officers, and this is the one I want to edit. For now, let's say 1. Because the idea is that players are, I mean, I want to experiment with which characters the players can assume the roles of, but the sort of more guiding vision that I've had, it has been that players will be assigned to either a mole or a counterintelligence officer role. But as like the sort of single player campaigny, if I like really zero in on it, it's basically like you're always going to be playing as the counterintelligence officer, right? You're kind of like the star spy. And so there would only be like one of them, like you're the big guy, you're the hot shot, or woman, or they, of any type of identity. Okay, so got that, adds it to there. Number of counterintelligence officers, max counterintelligence. Okay, great. So we've done the impossible. Created field officers, moles, and counterintelligence officers. So at the very end, it needs to go to this. So I'll take these and paste them in here. Excuse me. Okay, so this state will be called send view IDs to network manager. Okay, this will be a nice green state. Beautiful. And I won't get rid of this just yet. I'm gonna just kind of hide it so it doesn't make my FSM look ugly. Okay. This looks good. This looks good. So right now the missing parameters are that I need to make the agency spawn points parent, and I also, oh, look at that. This needs to be changed. Oh, actually no, those are fine. This one. And this doesn't go to next spawn. It goes to counterintelligence spawn. So when I get it from here, did I already make it over there? I can't remember. Yes, I did. Great. So, right, because you could drag it over there. Okay, I think that is what I got to do. So in here, I'll create an empty, and I'll call this the counterintelligence spawn. And then what's the other one? Agency spawn points. So let me just copy and paste that. We will do create an empty, agency spawn points parent, and then inside here, I'm going to do a 3D object cube and call that a spawn, call that agency spawn. And I'll get rid of this fucking box collider, piece of shit. Mesh renderer will be fine. Right, and then we'll just like duplicate these, right? Because you just imagine, okay, there's all these places that can be spawned. This, honestly, should also be that. Let's do that. Create a 3D object cube and call it the counterintelligence spawn. Maybe the big brain move here is actually that these are not inputs, and that instead you start with a find game object, or no, find child, or get child. Nope, where is it? There it is. Get rid of these. Get child of the owner called counterintelligence spawn. You store it as the counterintelligence spawn. And same thing with this. You're looking for agency spawn points parent and saving that as that. But then you do is game and null, and you wait for that to be not null. It's running every frame. Get rid of finished, goes down here, okay, and set bool value. Agency, yeah. Init agency info ready. Let me set it to true. Get ready. Call this whatever. Doesn't necessarily need to be. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this, and character builder will not kick off until it has a get fsm bool from DC agency info. Oof, that's not revealed, but that's what it is. And we'll call this one, this makes things pretty not systematic or systemic for, yeah, but it's the responsible thing to do. Okay, new variable, we'll call this DC, oh no, you call it init DC agency info, fuck, what do you call this? DC agency info ready underscore DC. Whew. Okay. Oh boy. And then you do it for London, and you do a new variable, except London. Okay, and then you do it for Paris. This is it. This is what I have to do. You have to do it. You just have to do it. Berlin. Okay. And then Moscow. No need for Morocco. Moscow. Okay. And then at the very end of this, you do a bool all motherfucking true. 5 bools. First it's init. This one, let's just do it in order. DC, init, London, init, Paris, init, Berlin, init, Moscow. And then it's ready. You can just do next. Okay, we'll call this one wait for agency info FSMs. This is also yellow. All right. Wait for campaign init. Game director's campaign builder. Right? Because that just puts the cities against each other, regardless of. Okay, that makes sense. Agency info FSMs. And you know, I think I'm gonna call it a night on the stream. So thanks everybody who stopped by. I will. Oops. I'll catch you guys on the Discord. Sorry, I'm taking a phone call. I'll catch you guys later. Okay, bye. Take care of yourself.